Well, hey there, everyone. My name is Tom Lenz. I'm a professor in the School of Medicine and the program director for the Master of Science in Integrative Health and Wellness. And this video is made specifically for our students in the Integrative Health and Wellness program to just go through some of the logistics about our program. If you're new to the program, or even if you're not, sometimes some of this information is very helpful for you as you navigate your way through the program and help to understand some of perhaps the nuances that we have relative to our program. So I've made a couple other videos that may be helpful for you. One is that helps to define and describe what integrative health and wellness means, and it means to us at Creighton. There's another video on our curriculum that gives a general overview of the curriculum. Hopefully those can be helpful in the context for that. So I won't repeat a great deal of that information here, but there's some overlap. But really the purpose of this video is to talk through some of the logistics that may be helpful as you begin the program. And sometimes we learn this along the way, but sometimes it's better to hear it as you begin the program. Or even if you didn't just start the program, sometimes this is helpful to hear. Along with this video, what I'm going to do is provide a link for you to get further information about what the program curriculum looks like, and for each individual course as well. That's attached to our university registrar's website. That's sometimes helpful to be able to visualize what the curriculum looks like. But in general, the Master of Science program in Integrative Health and Wellness is 36 credit hours. So that 36 credit hours is comprised of 9 courses that are required and 3 that are elective. Okay, so the details of that you can see on the website and also in the other video that I made. But essentially what that means is everybody's going to take the same 9 courses to make up the core, and then you have a choice on what you want to do with the other 3, whether you do concentrations in health and wellness coaching or healthy aging, or perhaps both, or also if you want to get the graduate certificate in leadership and well-being, which is also a possibility with those elective credits, combined with our courses that we have within our program. One of the caveats that I wanted to make you aware of, though, when I usually explain the curriculum in the way I just did, is that there's 9 core courses. That's true and slightly not. So all of our courses are 3 credit hours except for one. We have a course that is designated IHW 591. The title of it is Advanced Lifestyle Medicine. For most students, it is one of the first courses you take in the program. It provides a foundation for the program. That course is only 2 credit hours. The reason for that is that we add to that course a separate course in graduate writing. One of the requirements for the course is to be able, for the program, is to be able to have adequate skills in writing. Some of our students, it's one of the, I guess, greatest trepidations or fears that people have stepping back into school and school at a graduate level is to be able to write. And so we add this graduate writing course to help students just kind of get back up to speed with writing and to learn some of the fundamentals related to that. That graduate writing course is GRD 601, and it's offered both in the spring and in the fall for those who start in the spring or fall, whichever makes sense, is 1 credit hour. We combine that with the Advanced Lifestyle Medicine course being 2 credit hours to make that 3 credit hours. That keeps us at a 36 credit hour program. But just a little bit of a fair warning that Advanced Lifestyle Medicine course might look a bit heavy to you for 2 credit hours, and sometimes I hear about that from students. And you'll learn about the caveats of why that is and how that works out when you take that particular course. But that's how the curriculum works in that way. Some of the other logistical nuances that I wanted to make you aware of for the program is that we have educational outcomes for our program in general. And there are 7 educational outcomes, And you will notice in each course syllabi that our course objectives are tied to our program objectives. And then it doesn't say it in the syllabi, but our program objectives are connected to our school objectives, and the school objectives are connected to the university objectives. So essentially, if we do have a grand master map of this, but each of the assignments that you are asked to do relate to the course objectives, which relate to the program objectives, which relate to the school, and then the university objectives. So everything is has a purpose. I guess that's maybe the reason I'm giving you this background information, is that all of the assignments ultimately have a higher purpose to them because they're meeting objectives that we feel are important from a university side, from a school side, from a program side, and from a course side. And the objectives for the program objectives are listed in the back of each of the course syllabi, so you can see what they are and a description of those. In addition to that, the program mission and vision is also on that same document, so you can see what that is as well. The program is what we call asynchronous. If you're not familiar with that language, it just means it doesn't happen in real time. The program is designed to be asynchronous in that way. And that is the reason we have an asynchronous program, is to allow for maximum flexibility for adult learners. Most of the people in our program have full-time jobs and families at the same time, so that flexibility is important from an asynchronous side. It doesn't mean that we don't offer synchronous activities, and in most courses we have optional Zoom sessions that we offer multiple times throughout a course. Most of the time they're offered every other week, so in an 8-week course we would have perhaps 4, sometimes more, sometimes less Zoom sessions. So that gives us an opportunity to meet in real time and in a live way to have a discussion. Those are kept as optional because the foundational philosophy of the program is to be asynchronous. There is one caveat to that, in that we do have one course in the program that is a hybrid course that combines both asynchronous and synchronous activities. That is IHW 781, it's Health and Wellness Coaching Theory to Practice. That is the required course if you want to sit for the board exam for health and wellness coaching. So our program is credentialed with the National Board for Health and Wellness Coaching to prepare our students to take that examination. The requirement for being credentialed with NBHWC is that a portion of the material, the didactic material, has to be synchronous in nature. We have chosen to do that synchronous component by bringing students to campus. There's lots of reasons for that, and very good reasons, in that we feel like it's a helpful and good experience for students to be with each other when we're coaching face-to-face. And then also we do coaching online after that and during that course as well. But students for that course the hybrid course, they come to campus one time while they're in the program for about it's 3 days of work on campus. So students are generally here for fly in the day before and generally leave on the last day. So it's pretty much a 4-day experience. But we work in lots of really fun things being on campus, giving campus tours, and if there's a sporting event going on, we generally try to attend that and do some other activities, so you get to experience what Creighton, the Omaha campus anyway, the Creighton Omaha campus is like. And maybe for you to know that it is a real university. It has been here since 1878 and has a real footprint in Omaha. So that's the piece, the synchronous asynchronous component of the program. Couple other logistics. When we offer courses, or all of our courses have a cadence to them where assignments are due. And so on almost every, well, it is in every course we have a discussion forum, and that happens in almost every week. So for all of our courses that are, all of our courses, I should have started here, all of our courses are online, besides the one I mentioned, and 8 weeks long. And so relative to the discussion forums, we generally have 8 discussion forums that occur throughout the courses. Sometimes there's less than that in some other courses where we're doing some other assignments during those weeks that take up that time period. But on the first initial discussion post is due on Thursday, with 2 follow-up reply posts to your student colleagues by Sunday evening. So when we look at, you'll notice that when we have these 8-week courses, that weeks begin on Monday and they end on Sunday evening. And so we start the new material on Monday and then finish it on the following Sunday. So assignments are generally due on Sunday evenings, discussion forums due on Thursday and Sunday. That's the general cadence that we have been and will continue to be consistent with throughout the program. So you can expect that in all of your courses. So we have a program that all of our course material lives in. It's called Blue Line. Of course, we make everything blue at Creighton, and so this is a rebranded learning management system that we call Blue Line. And so all of our courses live inside of their own individual Blue Line site. And all the material can be accessed within the site unless you're reading a physical book, for instance. Assignments are submitted in there. There's a grade book in there. Announcements are provided in there. There's an email system also within Blue Line that can be used as a way to communicate with each other. Generally, instructors will communicate a class email within Blue Line because the email then gets tied to the particular class. But we also have our Creighton emails for communication as well, our Creighton.edu emails. I'm going to comment on that in a minute. But within those Blue Line sites is really everything, for course Blue Line sites is everything that you need for the courses. We have a program Blue Line site as well, where these videos live. The one that I'm making now lives on there, but also other material such as a master book list, so you can see what the book requirements are for the entire curriculum, even the courses that you maybe won't take, but it's kind of nice to see what all the books that we have and what's coming. And those books can be accessed. That's a good segue there. Your books you can get through our Creighton bookstore, or you can get at any other online retailer that you feel comfortable buying from. We don't have a preference, but we do supply our Creighton bookstore, which is a Barnes & Noble bookstore, with the information, and then you can always access them from there. There's lots of other information that is provided in the program Blue Line site. So it's a group Blue Line site. So anyone who is associated with the Integrative Health and Wellness program has access to that Blue Line site. So as I said, these videos live in there, but also information about our curriculum, the book list, as I mentioned, resource pages for all kinds of things that you might need as a student at Creighton are there on that resource page too. So it's always good to have that up on your dashboard for your Blue Line site dashboard, so you can easily access that. One word about communication. I mentioned that there's an email system. You have 2 email systems to use at Creighton. The one is within the Blue Line site, which you can get to anyone in the Integrative Health and Wellness program, sending them an email through that site. But then you and I and everybody else in the program associated with Creighton have a Creighton.edu email as well. One of the things that's important and students sometimes forget to do is check their own Creighton.edu email. It's important for you to check that because anything official coming from the university will come to that email. They won't come into your Blue Line email. It will come to your Creighton.edu email. So particularly especially when you get closer to graduation, anything from the registrar of the graduate school or the School of Medicine that's important for graduation is going to come to that email. So it's important that you check that regularly. The other piece to that is if you want to get a hold of your instructors, quicker and more easily, it's using the Creighton.edu email. So for instance, my email address is tlenz@Creighton.edu. It's much easier and faster and logistically works better for me to communicate with you with that email. So if you have questions for me that are out, necessarily maybe not be associated with a particular course, but about anything associated with the program or the profession or anything, send them to my Creighton.edu email address. And that's the same for our other instructors in the program as well. I will oftentimes, though, when I'm teaching my courses, send group course emails through the Blue Line email system, because then it's tied to the course and it makes more sense that way. And you can certainly reply to those in there. But if you would like a quicker reply, my Creighton.edu is a better way to go. The final thing I'd like to say with this, as far as the logistics of the program, is that you have likely already met and been in contact with Sarah Meisinger, and she is our academic coach for the Integrative Health and Wellness program. She is the one point person, the go-to person, if you have logistical questions about being a student at Creighton. So she works with you on developing your plan of study. She will ensure that you get registered for courses, although you'll be doing the registering yourself, which is an easy process. Sarah will have already worked with you on your plan of study, so you should know what your courses that you're registering for each term are, and you'll do that process yourself. But if you have questions on that, she's your person to make sure that you understand you're getting registered for the right courses. Other Creighton connections are really important through Sarah as well. So if you have questions about financial aid, about student counseling, about really anything that has to do with Creighton, your business account, getting connected with the registrar, Sarah can direct you in that way. So one of the really important jobs that Sarah has is to be that one point person, so that you don't feel like you're out on an island as an online student and not sure where to turn to with a question about being a student at Creighton. So go to Sarah for anything like that. She's a wonderful person and a great resource. If you have any questions about the courses, the curriculum, the program, what jobs look like, what career opportunities are, then connect with your faculty. So you can always send me a message about that, and I can direct you to the right person. That's always an easy way to go. For instance, we have 3 core faculty members in the Integrative Health and Wellness program. Myself, Dr. Amy Casamano, and Dr. Vicky Bautista. Dr. Casamano is she's leads the healthy aging concentration that we have, and Dr. Bautista leads the health and wellness coaching concentration. So when you have questions about those, they're your people to reach out to, but you could also just send them to me and I can refer you or defer you to them if needed. But any of us would be a good resource for just about anything that you have questions about relative to the curriculum or the profession, or how integrative health and wellness works at Creighton and how it fits into your future professional goals. So feel free to reach out to any of us. So with that, I think the video is probably long enough already, but if you have any questions or concerns about the logistics of the program, please feel free to reach out to me or to Sarah or to Doctors Casamano and Bautista, and we can certainly help guide you in your questions that you have. All right, I look forward to meeting each of you individually if we haven't already. If you need anything at all, just let us know. Thanks.